Welcome to Horses, Hope, and Hustle, the podcast where faith leads, grit drives, and the Western way of life runs deep. I'm your host, Crystal Show, wife, horsewoman, entrepreneur, and believer that God doesn't waste the hard stuff. Around here, we talk real stories, big dreams, and the kind of hustle that's rooted in hope. So pull your hat down, pour that coffee, and let's ride. NRCHA Hall of Fame professional Dan Roeser is our guest today. With over 40 years of showing cow horses, Dan has built a career defined by longevity, integrity, and excellence in the reined cow horse industry. Along with being a successful trainer, having many successful non-pros, Dan has also served the NRCHA, helping shape programs that continue to impact the sport today. He is a wealth of knowledge, and I hope you enjoy this episode. Today, we have Dan Roeser sitting here with us. Thank you for joining us.
Well, thanks for having me.
Absolutely. We're up here in Kalispell. How many horses did you bring up here?
We brought 11.
11. All aged horses? No, because I saw you on a two-bit
No, there are several bridle horses and several non-pro horses and a futurity horse, couple futurity horses, I guess, a couple derby horses.
Yeah, a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's way cool. How long have you been showing cow horses?
Oh, gosh. I want to say close to 40 years.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah.
That is a long time.
Yeah. When I got started, I remember coming to Montana to Kalispell in the old building at Glacier.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow. Very cool.
Usually there was snow on the ground for that show.
This is the weather's perfect this year.
Yeah, it's been great.
Yes, it's very nice. We're lucky to not be up to our knees in snow. Where do you guys, you're from Idaho, right?
Yeah, Marsing, Idaho is where we live.
How long have you been there?
All my life.
All your life?
I live about 10 miles from where I grew up.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Very cool. Very neat. What made you want to get into the cow horse?
Well, my dad got into it.
Oh, okay.
You know, my dad rodeoed for all of his career, and he went to the first 5 national finals rodeos in the saddle bronc riding. Oh. But he was always a real good horseman. Mm-hmm. And when he would go to like the rodeo at Salinas, he got really interested in the cow horse, watching guys like Johnny Brazil show in the cow horse at Salinas. Mm-hmm. And he made friends with some of those people, and he knew that when he was finished rodeoing, that training cow horses was what he wanted to do.
Oh, wow.
So by the time I was a teenager, that's what he was doing. So it came kind of natural for me to go into it.
Yeah. Oh, that's way cool. Did you just work like alongside him when you were younger, or?
I worked for him for a couple of years.
Mm-hmm.
After I rodeoed for a while and got through college and college rodeo and all of that. And then I worked for my dad for a couple of years before I started on my own.
Cool. Did you go ride with anybody else or just your dad?
My dad's the only guy I've ever worked for.
Yeah. Oh, that is way cool.
Yeah. I was fortunate that way.
Yeah.
I was the oldest, so I got to work for Dad.
Oh, there you go. There you go. So, you have a brother?
I have 3 brothers.
That show in the cow horse too?
John shows in the cow horse,
yeah. Yep. So are you guys competitive against each other?
Oh, not so much as, maybe not as much as we used to be. No.
Yeah.
You know, it's good whenever either one of us does good.
Yeah. That's fun. So what does your program look like now? Do you have a lot of non-pros, still a lot of outside horses?
We have a lot of outside horses. You know, we keep 3 or 4 people working for us at the ranch all the time. Mm-hmm. A couple of assistant trainers. We have a lot of non-pros, very, very successful non-pros. And, you know, we have a lot of limited age event horses too.
Yeah.
We're really fortunate. A lot of the clients that I have, I've probably had them for 25 years.
Oh, wow. That is really neat. Very neat. So 40 years of showing, you probably have a lot of stories.
Some of them could probably be told here.
Some of them are PG-ish. What's been some of your favorite ones throughout the years? Some of your favorite memories showing?
So one of my favorite memories from showing was early on was the first time that I ever won the open bridle at the Snaffle Bit Futurity when it was in Fresno.
Mm-hmm.
And it was on a son of Reminick named Cajones Nick.
Mm.
And it was back in the days when they only took 5 horses to the finals in the open bridle. And so it was myself and Todd Crawford and Ron Rawls and Ken Wold and guys like that in the open bridle finals. And, to win that was the first time that I really won something major. And that was a really fun thing.
Yeah, that is awesome. What is your favorite stage of the horse of showing or bringing these horses up through the cow horse?
Well, I enjoy all of it. I enjoy them when they're young horses, and I like it when they're moving through the 3-year-old year. But I maybe don't advance my 3-year-olds as fast as some people do. And I think that might be one reason why they last a long time,
Mm-hmm.
because almost all of my horses go on to be bridle horses. And so for that reason, I really enjoy the 2-rein and the bridle
Mm-hmm.
because I've brought those horses a little bit slower through the early part of their career until they get to that stage. So
Yeah.
I guess I really enjoy the 2-rein and the bridle.
Yeah, that's awesome. Let's see. What's been your favorite horse? Do you have a favorite horse?
Oh, if you ask me to name a favorite horse, you'd have to let me have 5 or 6.
All right, let's
If
hear
you
a
let me
couple.
have 5 or 6, then I could do that.
Let's hear about them.
So my first probably ever really favorite horse was a horse named Peccasolina, and he was by Freckles Playboy out of a really good daughter of Docalina.
Mm-hmm.
And he was one of the first really, really good horses that I ever had. And I won the intermediate on him at the NRCHA Derby. And he was one of my first horses that ever became a Supreme Rein cow horse. And he was just a gorgeous horse. And everybody that saw that horse really loved him.
Mm-hmm.
After him, there was a rooster mare, Rooster's Rosalina, and she was also out of a Docalina mare. And I bought her at Reno when she was a yearling and then sold her to a client. And she was the big, pretty yearling, like I just had to have her when I saw her in Reno as a yearling. And she ended up winning the intermediate at the stakes the year that it was in Queen Creek, Arizona. And then, also went on to win. She won the Northwest region in the open bridle 2 or 3 times. Almost every year while we were showing her, she would win the region in the bridle. And won a lot of titles that way and was a Supreme Rein cow horse. And she was the first horse that I ever had that won over $50,000.
Oh, wow.
So that would be, another really special one.
Mm-hmm.
After her would be one of the horses that I have right now, Rock and Roll. He is a 7-year-old gelding that's in the open bridle now, and he's been very successful. He got his Supreme Rein cow horse last year as just a 6-year-old, the first year that he would have been old enough to even be eligible for it.
Mm-hmm.
And he's just he's very good in the herd work. So I always like shows that have bridal spectaculars for him.
Mm-hmm.
And he's still in the middle of his career, but he's probably gonna end up with $100,000 when his career is done.
Yeah, that's exciting. What is your favorite event in the cow horse?
Oh, it would have to be the fence work.
I think that's most people's answer.
Yeah, it would have to be the fence work.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the thing, where the cow can make it or break it for you, and that's just the thing that's the hardest to be the best at, in my opinion.
Yeah. What was your most favorite fence run of all time?
You know, one fence run that really comes to my mind, one of my favorite fence work memories was actually at the World Show when it was in San Angelo, Texas. And it was on a 5-year-old horse that I had in the Hackamore there named San Joe Shine that was by There Comes a Time, which was a son of Shining Spark that we stood at the ranch.
Mm-hmm.
And that horse didn't have a great reining run that day, and I think he scored like a 209 or something.
Mm-hmm.
And then he scored a 228 in the fence work, which was 76s across the board, and made the finals in the Open Hackamore.
Oh my gosh, that's awesome.
So you know, that's one that kind of sticks out because it actually led to something. You know, it was,
talk about a comeback.
It was kind of a comeback for him that day.
That is neat. That is really cool. At your ranch, did you guys do a lot of breeding? Have you seen a lot of studs and stuff?
You know, we did for years. At one point, we had like 4 stallions. We had Pecos Salina.
Mm-hmm.
We had Tejones Lena Nick, which was the horse that I won the bridle on at Fresno.
Mm-hmm.
We had There Comes a Time, the son of Shining Spark. And, you know, as those horses passed on and got past breeding age and that, we kind of phased it out. And now we have just a handful of really, really top-notch brood mares.
Mm-hmm.
And we breed them to the same top stallions that everybody else does.
Mm-hmm.
We breed them to Call Me Mitch, Hickory Holly Time, Stevie Ray Vaughan, Scooter Cat. You know, we're breeding those mares to all of those horses and raising those. I think it's harder to promote a stallion at your ranch these days when it's so available to get ship semen from all the top stallions.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a lot easier to sell those yearlings when they're sired by those horses.
Mm-hmm. Did you show the mares that you're breeding that are in your brood?
Almost all of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, almost all of them.
That is neat. That's way cool. Hang tight. We'll be right back after a quick word from our sponsors. This episode is brought to us by Big Sky Horse Sales. From Montana to Arizona, Big Sky is your trusted online auction platform for quality rope, performance, ranch, barrel, and trail horses. Check out our Wickenburg online sales series December through March. Shop current consignments and stay tuned for the 2026 sale lineup. Or contact us today to book your custom event at bigskyhorsesales.com. Big Sky Horse Sales, built on trust, backed by quality. Since you have been in the industry, what are some of the biggest changes you've seen over the years as the cow horse advances and becomes more popular?
Well, obviously one of the biggest changes is the money, which has changed just so much in the last few years.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's just leaps and bounds how much you can win in the cow horse now compared to 20 years ago, even, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there are a lot of things that have been big changes, you know. Another thing that I've always been involved with the board of directors of the NRCHA, and I was president of it for a couple of years.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, the things that really mean a lot to me are, one of them is the judges committee.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, when I started showing, a reined work scorecard didn't even show individual maneuvers.
Oh, really?
No. You watched them show, you would put like a plus or a minus on were their stops good, were their turnarounds good, and you just give them a score.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, mostly because of Bill Inc., but it has evolved so much since then as far as the judging and the scoring and the, you know, the fairness of the judging in the reined cow horse. Just evolved so much that way. It's just really changed a lot. And that's really good because now someone can get started in the reined cow horse industry. And if you go out there and you have the best run that day, it doesn't matter who you are. You're going to get scored like you should.
Yep.
And so I think that's something that I'm really proud of that has really come a long ways.
I didn't realize that it didn't used to be like that because I talked to Garth Gardner earlier about judging, and he had a really cool point that you can look at the cow horse score, like your
Fence worksheet.
Yeah, you can look at those judges sheets, and he's like it tells a story. Like you know what happened in that run without even watching that run, just by each maneuver has its own box and everything. I didn't realize.
He's right, and he's right. And if you fill out your card properly, even like in the herd work and the fence work, where you're not scoring the maneuvers like with a +1/2 or a +1 or a 0, but you're scoring them with a check or a check plus or a plus. Well, those add up the same way that the numbers do. And if you fill out, as a judge, you fill out your card properly, you can read that card and tell where you gained your points and where you lost your points in that run. And so it's really come a long ways.
Yeah, that is neat. I did not realize that. I'm learning things even today.
One of the other things that really means a lot to me that I'm really proud of is that I've been the chairman of the Hall of Fame committee for the NRCHA for a few years. Just actually a couple of years after I got into the Hall of Fame, they asked me to do that job. And I think to me, it's the most important thing that I do with the NRCHA. I try to do a lot of research and put a lot into it and try to make sure that we don't miss somebody or we don't miss a horse that maybe that horse was a long time ago, but that all the people and all of the horses that belong in the Hall of Fame get included. And that's just one of the things that is very, very important to me, is so that all of that is remembered.
Yeah, that is really cool. When did you go in the Hall of Fame?
2016.
2016.
Yeah, they have a rule that they won't put you in the Hall of Fame until you turn 60. And so you kind of know that if you got put in the very year that you turned 60, you were probably pretty deserving.
They were just waiting for you to become of age.
Well, it was one of the biggest honors I've ever had.
That is a very neat accomplishment. I think that says a lot about how you're seen in the industry. Yeah. What, can you imagine yourself doing anything else?
No. No, I really can't.
There's no other life where you're a barrel racer or a team roper or anything?
I mean, I love to rope, I love to rope, definitely. And I did rodeo a lot, but when I got going, for one thing, I needed to make a living, and it was going to be a better chance of making a living riding horses for people than it was trying to rodeo.
Yeah.
But no, I really enjoy roping, and I always have, and I had a lot of success when I rodeoed, but I can't see myself doing anything else.
Yeah. What would be some advice you would give to somebody that wanted to get into the cow horse? Let's start with more of like a train. Someone wanting to make a living in the cow horse. What is some advice you'd have for them?
That's a great question, because I have a really good answer for it. The very best thing that you could do if you were a young trainer and you wanted to get into the cow horse industry and you wanted to be serious about it is go work for a really good trainer. There's no way that you can learn this stuff on your own at home.
Yeah.
You can watch all the videos you want. You can come to the horse show. You can ask people for their advice, and people are really good about giving out their advice. But you can't go home and work on it on your own, because the things that you work on today are going to lead to other things that need to be worked on tomorrow. And if you don't have somebody to tell you what those things are, then you're still floundering along. So if you were a young horse trainer and you wanted to get into the industry, why would you try to go rent a little place with a few stalls and start riding horses and stumble through it and ride horses that aren't very good when you could go work for a good trainer, let the boss figure out how to make the payment on the place, let the boss figure out how to pay for the trucks and the trailers and the tractors and the arena groomer. Let the boss figure out how to hire the good help and have good help and keep them there. And And all you had to do was come to work hard, ride some good horses, and learn from the best guy that you could learn from for a few years.
Mm-hmm. That is very solid advice.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think it's the only way to get where you can have success in this industry.
Mm-hmm. This is a very tough industry.
It's not easy to learn.
Mm-hmm. There's not only a lot to the training, but like you pointed out, all the overhead that comes with having the facility and everything to train and go down the road.
Totally.
Mm-hmm. What advice would you give somebody maybe wanting to get into the non-pro side of it?
Find the trainer near you that has the best reputation and the most successful non-pros.
Oh, that is
And
that is a good point.
If that guy's non-pros are very successful and they're happy being there in his barn, then that's the place to be and that's the place to learn.
Mm-hmm. That is a very good point. You're just a wealth of knowledge.
Oh, I don't know about that.
What would you say have been some of your biggest struggles in getting where you are today and staying tough in the industry and keeping your program going?
I mean, I don't feel like that I've had real struggles to keep my program going, but I think that there are definitely some trainers out there that have more natural talent than I do, and so I try to work harder than them to make up for that. And you know, I don't mind working hard if it leads to success.
Mm-hmm. What have been some of your biggest rewards getting to where you are today?
You know, I mean, the rewarding thing for me is to be respected in the industry and like have people look up to you and, you know, feel like, you know, that you have contributed to the cow horse industry. I think that's probably the rewarding part of it, you know, is just being on the board of the NRCHA, being part of the Hall of Fame. All of those things like that are just like very rewarding to me.
What are some of your goals for the next couple of years?
Well, for the next couple of years, I really want to keep on doing what we've been doing.
That's a good goal.
Yeah, we've gotten some really nice horses, and you know, we've got more really nice ones coming along, and that we're very excited about, and we're just excited to keep doing what we're doing.
Yeah, that is awesome. And there's nothing else you'd rather be doing. This is it. This is the dream.
This is totally it.
That's fantastic. Well, is there anything else that you'd like to share?
Yeah, I want to talk about Karina for a minute.
Okay.
You know, she has kept me going and really been, you know, the person that has had my back and kept me going. And, you know, she stays after me. She makes it easy for me to want to work hard. And she makes life at the ranch really great for me. And, you know, she's got a couple of really nice horses of her own now, and she's going to be able to go and show more. And we are really looking forward to that. And we got a new living quarters trailer this year, a lot bigger than what we had before. And, you know, we love going to the horse shows and spending our time together at the shows and being able to do what we do. And it just makes it all that much better.
That's awesome. I love that. What else do you think has contributed to your success?
I'm just too hard-headed to give up.
Well, clearly it's working. Well, that's awesome. I love that. Well, thank you for
thank you.
Sitting down with me and
it was
sharing
easy. You made it easy.
Well, I try. We try to not make it too uncomfortable. But, well, I guess we'll keep on. We're on, what day are we on? Day 3 of the
Day
Montana
3, I
Futurity?
think. Friday.
Yeah, I keep forgetting my days. So, what's been one of your favorite Montana shows since you've been coming here for a while we're on that?
Well, like I said, I've been coming to Montana since they were up here in Kalispell at Glacier.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think that for a few years they almost lost the Montana show. Like they had it down at Bill Mitty's place in Lolo one time.
Mm-hmm.
They had it outdoors at the fairgrounds in Bozeman one
Ooh.
time. And then they got back up here and got back into this facility.
Mm-hmm.
And then it started growing again,
Mm-hmm.
to what it is now. And, I liked it when it was over in Livingston as well. But
That was a fun
I
facility.
really like it here in Kalispell.
Mm-hmm.
And, I don't know if I really have a favorite Montana futurity, but I definitely enjoyed all of them over the years.
Mm-hmm. That's fantastic. Well, that's the questions I got.
Sounds good to me.
If there's anything else. Yeah. Thank you for sitting down with me, taking the time.
Thank you for
Finally,
having me. I appreciate
glad
it.
I caught up with you. You've been running. You're busy with all these horses.
No, this was a good afternoon for it, for sure.
Yeah. Yes, it was. Awesome. Well, thanks again. I
Thank you.
really appreciate it.
Okay.
Thanks for riding along with me on Horses, Hope, and Hustle. If you found even a little bit of inspiration or grit here today, share it with a friend, leave a review, or tag us on socials. And keep showing up for what truly matters. Until next time, stay true, stay tough, and keep hustling.